Newport Beach is a seaside city in Orange County, California, United States. Its population was 85,287 at the 2010 census. Newport Beach is also home to Newport Harbor. The city's median family income and property values consistently place high in national rankings. The WPPilot, a newspaper, published in the neighboring city of Costa Mesa but which serves the greater Newport Mesa community, reported in 2010 that more than a quarter of households have an income greater than $200,000, and the median value for homes exceeds $1 million. History. The upper bay of Newport is a canyon, which was carved by a stream in the Pleistocene period. The lower bay of Newport was formed much later by sand that was brought along by ocean currents, which constructed the offshore beach that is now recognized as the Balboa Peninsula of Newport Beach. Before settlers reached the coasts of California, the Newport area and surrounding areas were very prominent Indian lands. Indian shells and relics can still be found today scattered throughout the area, though, throughout the 1800s, settlers began to settle the area due to the availability of land. The state of California sold acre plots of land for $1 apiece in the Newport area. Anglo-American civilization in Newport grew substantially when in 1870 a 105-ton steamer named the Vaquero, captained by Captain Samuel S. Dunnels, against warnings posted by surveyors, safely steered through the lower and upper bay of Newport where it unloaded its cargo. James Irvin, after hearing the astonishing news, quickly traveled from his home in San Francisco to the San Joaquin Ranch, meeting in Irvin's ranch house near current J.U.C. Irvin with his brother, Robert Irvin, and friend James McFadden. They all agreed that the newly found port should be named simply Newport, thus where Newport Beach gets its name. In 1905 city development increased when Pacific Electric Railway established a southern terminus in Newport connecting the beach with downtown Los Angeles. In 1906, the scattered settlements were incorporated as the city of Newport Beach. Settlements filled in on the peninsula are West Newport, Newport Island, Balboa Island and Lido Isle. In 1923 Corona del Mar was annexed and in 2002 Newport Coast, East Santa Ana Heights and San Joaquin Hills were annexed. In 2008, after a long battle with the city of Costa Mesa, Newport Beach annexed West Santa Ana Heights. Geography. Newport Beach extends in elevation from sea level to the 1,161 feet summit of Signal Peak in the San Joaquin Hills, but the official elevation is 25 feet above sea level at a location of 33 degrees 37 minutes 0 seconds north, 117 degrees 53 minutes 51 seconds west, 33.61667 degrees north, 117.8975 degrees west, 33.61667 minus 117.8975. The city is bordered on the west by Huntington Beach at the Santa Ana River, on the north by Costa Mesa, John Wayne Airport, the city of Irvin and UC Irvin, and on the east by Crystal Cove State Park. According to the United States Census Bureau, the city has a total area of 53.0 square miles. 23.8 square miles of it is land and 29.2 square miles of it is water. Areas of Newport Beach include Corona del Mar, Balboa Island, Balboa Peninsula, Lido Peninsula, Newport Coast, San Joaquin Hills, and Santa Ana Heights, and West Newport. Newport Harbor and Newport Bay. Newport Harbor is a semi-artificial harbor that was formed by dredging Newport Bay estuary during the early 1900s. Several artificial islands were built, which are now covered with private homes. Newport Island, Balboa Island, Little Balboa Island, Collins Island, Bay Island, Harbor Island, Lido Island, Linda Isle. Newport Harbor once supported maritime industries such as boat building, shipbuilding, and commercial fishing, but today it is used mostly for recreation. Its shores are occupied mostly by private homes and private docks. With approximately 9,000 boats, Newport Harbor is one of the largest recreational boat harbors on the U.S. West Coast. It's a popular destination for all boating activities, including sailing, fishing, rowing, canoeing, kayaking, and paddleboarding. Commercial maritime operations today include the Catalina Flyer ferry to Catalina Island, harbor tours, sport fishing and whale watching, day trips and charters, and a few small commercial fishing boats. Newport Bay is divided by the Pacific Coast Highway Bridge, which is too low for most sailboats and very large boats to pass under. North of the bridge is referred to as Upper Newport Bay, or the Back Bay. South of the bridge is commonly called Lower Newport Bay, or Newport Harbor. However, the Back Bay also has harbor facilities, especially the marina and launch ramp at the dunes. The north end of the Newport Harbor channels around Lido Island have a number of small business centers and were at one time used by the fishing fleets as their home. On the northeast side of the channel, the Lido Marina Village now provides the local port to many Newport party boats, as well as small merchants and local restaurants. It also hosts the area boat show each year, as well as an organic farmers market Sundays. In addition to being the port for the local gondola company, in 2014, the center was closed for a renovation. In 1927, a home was built at the mouth of the entrance of Newport Harbor that came to be known as the China House of China Cove. The home was built using the traditional Chinese architecture. It was a landmark in the Newport Beach Harbor until it was demolished in the 1980s. Some of the original roof can be seen on a home located in the China Cove. Upper Newport Bay is an estuary that was formed by a prehistoric flow of the Santa Ana River. Today it is fed by a small stream from San Diego Creek. Much of Upper Newport Bay is a protected natural area known as the Upper Newport Bay Ecological Reserve, established in 1975. Climate: Newport Beach has a Mediterranean climate. Like many coastal cities in Los Angeles and Orange counties, Newport Beach exhibits weak temperature variation, both diurnally and seasonally, compared to inland cities even a few miles from the ocean. The Pacific Ocean greatly moderates Newport Beach's climate by warming winter temperatures and cooling summer temperatures. Demographics. 2010. The 2010 United States Census reported that Newport Beach had a population of 85,186. The population density was 3,587.5 people per square mile. The racial makeup of Newport Beach was 74,357 white, 616 African American, 223 Native American, 5,982 Asian, 114 Pacific Islander, 1,401 from other races, and 2,493 from two or more races. Hispanic or Latino of any race were 6,174 persons. The census reported that 84,784 people lived in households, 151 lived in non-institutionalized group quarters, and 251 were institutionalized. There were 38,751 households, out of which 8,212 had children under the age of 18 living in them. 17,273 were opposite-sex married couples living together. 2,608 had a female householder with no husband present. 1,199 had a male householder with no wife present. There were 1,846 unmarried opposite-sex partnerships, and 233 same-sex married couples or partnerships. 12,838 households were made up of individuals and 4,412 had someone living there alone who was 65 years of age or older. The average household size was 2.19. There were 21,080 families. The average family size was 2.81. The population was spread out with 14,744 people under the age of 18, 6,659 people aged 18 to 24, 22,299 people aged 25 to 44, 25,322 people aged 45 to 64, and 16,162 people who were 65 years of age or older. The median age was 44.0 years. For every 100 females there were 97.1 males. For every 100 females age 18 and over, there were 95.5 males. There were 44,193 housing units at an average density of 834.2 per square mile, of which 21,224 were owner-occupied, and 17,527 were occupied by renters. The homeowner vacancy rate was 1.7%, the rental vacancy rate was 7.8%. 50,511 people lived in owner-occupied housing units and 34,273 people lived in rental housing units. During 2009 to 2013, Newport Beach had a median household income of $106,333, with 7.9% of the population living below the federal poverty line. 2000. As of the census of 2000, there were 70,032 people, 33,071 households, and 16,965 families residing in the city. The population density was 4,738.8 inhabitants per square mile. There were 37,288 housing units at an average density of 2,523.1 per square mile. The racial makeup of the city was 92.22% white, 0.53% African American, 0.26% Native American, 4.00% Asian, 0.12% Pacific Islander, 1.13% from other races, and 1.74% from two or more races. Hispanic or Latino of any race were 4.71% of the population. There were 33,071 households, out of which 18.0% had children under the age of 18 living with them. 42.5% were married couples living together. 6.1% had a female householder with no husband present, and 48.7% were non-families. 35.3% of all households were made up of individuals and 10.1% had someone living there alone who was 65 years of age or older. The average household size was 2.09 and the average family size was 2.71. In the city, the population was spread out with 15.7% under the age of 18, 6.5% from 18 to 24, 33.0% from 25 to 44, 27.2% from 45 to 64, and 17.6% who were 65 years of age or older. The median age was 42 years. For every 100 females there were 97.9 males. For every 100 females age 18 and over, there were 96.6 males. According to a 2008 U.S. Census estimate, the median income for a household in the city was $95,511, while the median family income was $126,976. Males had a median income of $73,425 versus $45,409 for females. The per capita income for the city was $63,015. Government. Municipal government. The city of Newport Beach was incorporated on September 1, 1906 and adopted its charter on January 7, 1955. The city implements a council-manager form of government, directed by a 7-member council who reside in specific geographic districts, but are elected at large. Council elections take place in even-numbered years, and council members serve 4-year terms. The mayor is chosen annually by the city council. Before 1928, the city was governed by a board of trustees. State and federal representation in the California state legislature. Newport Beach is in the 37th Senate District, represented by Republican John Morlich, and in the 74th Assembly District, represented by Republican Matthew Harper. In the United States House of Representatives, Newport Beach is in California's 48th Congressional District, represented by Republican Dana Aurora Barker. Economy. Housing prices in Newport Beach ranked 8th highest in the United States in a 2009 survey. Newport Beach is home to one Fortune 500 company, insurer Pacific Life. Other companies based in Newport Beach include Acacia Research, Connexent, Gallaudet Group, Jazz Semiconductor, and PIMCO. Fletcher Jones Motor Cars in Newport Beach is the largest Mercedes-Benz dealership in the world. At one time, Edwards Theaters had its headquarters in Newport Beach. Before its dissolution, Air California was headquartered in Newport Beach. The city's largest law firm is Stradling Yocker Carlson and Routh, with approximately 75 attorneys at its Fashion Island location. Toyota has a design center, Calty Design Research, in Newport Beach, which is responsible for the exterior design of the 2nd, 5th, and 7th generation Celica, as well as some Lexus and Scion models. Top employers. According to the city's 2012 Comprehensive Annual Financial Report, the top employers in the city are